all, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to be teaching you Nirvana's version of Where Did You Sleep Last Night? This is a super fun song using just a few chords. We've got some bar chords, no capo. We've got some fun bends to play around with, a really simple strum, and then you'll be playing this song in no time because it's super repetitive, just the same thing over and over again. Today I'll be playing in the key of E. Nirvana's version is in the key of D sharp, so it's just a half step lower. I'll show you a version to where you could play in Nirvana's key, but for the majority of today's lesson, I'll be playing in the key of E. So we've got Nirvana, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? I'm gonna pick this highly rated one, 2,719 views, Where Did You Sleep Last Night acoustic, and this is going to give us the chords. So going straight into this key situation, these chords are E, A, G, and B, so we're all in the key of E. However, you'll notice that this chart tells us that the tuning is all just a half step lower. So instead of playing an E here, that would just be an E flat, which is technically this pitch. That's an octave higher, but every single string will be a half step lower. So you have that option to actually tune your entire guitar down and play these same chords, or you could go to this little transpose button and play in the key of D sharp. So everything would just be actual different chords, but we would be in the key of D sharp. So that is an option, but from here on out, I'm going to be playing in the key of E, and it's up to you if you would like to play it in Nirvana's original key by changing that tuning, changing the chords, or just trying it in the key of E, which we'll do now. Going over our chords, we've got an open E, open A, open G, and then we have a B. So that B is our bar chord. Walking through this progression, what is super cool is this song is pretty much the same thing over and over and over, even though it's labeled verse, chorus, it is the exact same thing. So one of the most important things to note about this song is it is in 3/4 time signature. So that means that there are 3 quarter notes per measure. So a lot of the time in guitar and in music, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So right off the bat, that is the most important thing to take note of, because that is really what sets the mood, the timing, the rhythm, everything about this song. So what's really happening here is we have E for 3, and then we have another E for 3. We have A for 3, we have G for 3, B for 3, B for 3, E for 3, E for 3. And honestly, I'll give you a little secret from here. This just keeps getting repeated over and over and over. That is it. It's really these first 2 lines of the song that just keep getting repeated, which is honestly exciting for us. So without a strum, you've got E, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, A, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, B, 2, 3, E, 2, 3, E. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? And from there, it really keeps repeating. So that is one way to play the song, is just down strum on the ones. An option to spice things up and to get you playing like I was in the beginning is to head on over to the strum that is actually given in the ultimate guitar section. So here's what this sounds like. You've got a down strum, and I'm playing an E chord here. You've got a down strum on 1, air strum, and 2, up on, and 3, and. Right? So it ends up sounding like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. A little bit faster, you've got. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 So taking us back to our first two lines, just with that strum, you'll have, my girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. The song just continues just like that. So that is another option for you to use that strum that's actually on the Ultimate Guitar Chart all the way through the entire song, and that will keep you playing to the end. A way to spice that up, you'll notice in this chart, they actually have an accent. So all that means is you can strum this first beat with a little more power. That's an option. Another option that I actually like, and this will get us closer to the version that I was playing in the beginning, is to play a bass note on that first beat. So play a bass note. So you're going to find the bass string of each chord. So for E, that's just our open sixth string. So that sounds like this. Right? So I'm just plucking that bass note. So here's what those first two lines would sound like if you substituted beat one for a bass note. So that is another option. Getting a little bit closer to that beginning sequence that I played, we're going to make this first measure exactly what we just did. So we'll have bass, up, down, up. Now on this second E here, we're actually going to alternate the bass note. So stay in your E, but instead of plucking the bass note on the sixth string, we're going to alternate our bass note to the fifth string. And that's just going to add a little bit of variation. So we'll have bass, up, down, up, bass on the fifth string. Right? From there, we have a fun little hammer-on walk-up section, which actually is written in this tab here. I'm not playing the rest of this tab, but it is written right here. There's that little ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da. So all that is, this is a tab. This tells us to play the open sixth string first. Then I'm going to use my first finger to fret the second fret on the sixth string. Then you have options. I would use my second finger to fret the third fret on the sixth string. And then I'm just alternating my pick. So I have down, up, down. And that's a fast little lick. Da-da-da. So you can play it by fretting each one. You could also do a hammer-on for both. You could do a hammer-on for one. It's really up to you how you'd like to play that lick. It's just pretty fast. So that's what I would aim for, is speed. So those first two measures you've got, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. From there, we're just going to play that first strum with the bass note strum for our A chord. So now our bass note of A is the fifth string. I would then move to G. My bass note is the sixth string. Right? So that whole first line we've got E, E, A, G. Here's our bar chord B. So the fifth string is actually the bass note for B. And I'm just going to play that one time through. And now on this second B, where did you sleep? I'm going to do a little bend. So I'm getting out of the B. I'm using my first finger to fret the second fret on the sixth string, and I'm doing 3 little bends. And that's really I'm just moving my first finger down. It's not going out, it's not going up, it's actually pulling the string down and really bending the string. Don't worry about breaking it, you're not gonna break it. And it's supposed to sound like a bit of a modulation. Brow, brow, brow. Happens 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and, right? So out of that B, that first B, you've got. And then we just end back on that E. And I'm just gonna play my regular E 2 times through. So that last line all together, B, bend, B. Just reviewing for a moment, this first E here is our regular strum. The second E is just bass note on the 5th string, rest. Then we have our lick sort of in between the E and the A. A and G are the first strum with the bass note. This first B is our strum with the bass note. Here's where our 3 bends happen. And then our E's end with that first strum with the bass note. Let's try it with some counts. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. And now with some lyrics. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? From there, the song actually just keeps repeating. So you can just play that same exact thing throughout the verse, the chorus, verse, chorus, interlude. It keeps going. So you have some options. Play around. Feel free to play around with that strum that's written there in the Ultimate Guitar Chart. Playing around with substituting in bass notes to switch things up, adding bends, adding hammer-ons, that little lick on the 6th string. And you've got a lot of fun options to make this song sound pretty close to the original. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please feel free to reach out with any other songs that you would like to see a tutorial of here at NYC Guitar School. And I hope to see you around the school and online soon. Thanks.